Yay!
I'm so excited.
How do I pronounce? Y'all, I'm dry mouth. How do I pronounce your name? Jamaica.
Yep, Jamaica.
Jamaica. Okay, what you got for me tonight?
Okay, so I DM'd you. So excited to be here. I want like some advice.
Okay, all right. What do you want advice on?
Dating.
Okay, well let's start with the facts. How old are you?
I'm 29.
And where are you located?
Cleveland, Ohio.
And what do you do out there?
What am I? Accounts payable clerk.
Accounts payable. Okay, now I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
The next. Don't be mad at me, but I ask men, women, everybody. How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
How much do you weigh?
158.
And what would you say your body type is?
It's like slim fit.
Okay, yeah. Like guys, I'm always in the 150 range forever. When I go down to the 140 because of my muscle mass, which I'm trying to get into that just to dial down a little bit because I've been crazy. We're similar in terms of height and weight. So, all right. So, ever been married?
No.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have one oops baby, 18.
Wait, say that again, baby.
It's a oops baby. I call it a oops baby.
Okay. wait. Okay, so how old is this oops baby?
My son is 11.
Oh, he's not a baby. Okay, so he's 11. Were you how long were you with his dad?
I wasn't.
Okay. So what happened with it was just like y'all were dating or one night stand or
I was 17. I was
okay.
Trying to get on the cock carousel. Humbled really fast because as soon as I got on it, I got pregnant.
Okay, so you got pregnant right away. And how has dating been for you since then?
So like I was never with his dad, so like I was like immediately a single mom. Like my son just met his dad this year, so I did like everything.
Hold on, it's a little staticky, baby. Hold on, let me
turn my volume down. Is that better?
It's still a little staticky, but keep talking. We can hear you through it.
Okay. So like I've always been like a single mom. He just met his father this year, so it's been primarily me. As far as dating, I tried to, because I was taught that I was supposed to be married before I had a kid. So I didn't follow the rules. So like instantly I was like trying to get like a boyfriend, like right through the door. And I went like right to college going in, but then I found out like men don't like women with children at 18. So
no, they don't. They don't. You know what? Hold on, Jamaica. I want to keep talking to you. Are you able to hang up and then jump right back in? And I'm gonna pull you right back in. I'm gonna see if that fixes your mic a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just come right back, baby. Come right back. Yeah, I'm gonna kick you out and you call right back in. And then you got the link?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and do that. All right, so yeah, we're gonna talk about it. But guys, that my Tampa thing, y'all, I could go into that. He didn't want to go in on homegirl, but I'm here for the smoke. Y'all know I don't care. I don't care what she think.
Okay, is this better?
I think it is. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay, so like when I first had my kid, I had him 7 days before I graduated high school. Like that's how much I was like a teenage mom. And then I went off to university immediately after. My major was in accounting, so I was of course trying to snag someone in the business school,
right?
But they wasn't on it.
Oh like, no, why weren't they on it?
Nobody wanted a teenage mom. Like a lot of those men were like, they were having fun. Like I'm here for a college experience. If I'm here for a good time, if I'm going to do a long time thing, it wouldn't be with someone who already had a pre-made family.
Wow. Okay. So you were hearing this at 17, 18. You already were hearing this from men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, I have a lot of pushback because I'm trying to get into the manosphere. I don't know why anybody is encouraging people to have kids because don't nobody want you once you get to one. So it
is an uphill battle. It is an uphill, and that's what a lot of women and this is what society does not tell women because we don't really know what men think. We are cool with, with all of that, and men will sleep with you.
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
you'll see the stories of a single mom getting married and everything works out. But the reality for you, how has dating since that college experience been to now?
Um. Okay. Well, like, let's say I had like a boyfriend right after my son was born. He sucked. Like, he cheated on me and stuff, and broke all my rules. Cause I'm not even against cheating. I'd be like, exercise your options. No STDs, no outside babies. And he broke all my rules.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Because my mother taught me that. She told me that all men cheat. Like, I was raised on Sister Shahrazad Ali, so it's just like there's always a wife and there's another woman. And I was raised that I'm a wife, and then you might get another woman, and it's just like, okay,
Really? See,
yes.
I have a different perspective because I don't believe all men cheat. I think when Kevin talks about exercising options, it's for some men who like high value men. That's what he was getting into. But he also would preach about I just gotta say it, dick discipline. Because honestly, and especially as a man is growing in his career, if he's in business, not entertainment, guys, not entertainment. You cannot base how men move off entertainers, but they don't have time, they don't have the energy, they don't have like just to be chasing tail and doing
Yeah.
all of that.
Hmm.
So I don't quite fall into that camp as believing that, but you
Oh,
were
I
okay
did.
with it.
That's
How did he
absolutely.
violate that? Because a lot of dudes were like, she's okay with me doing what I got to do, which which could be attract if you're a single mom and there's a guy who's like, oh, okay, well, she she understands maybe male nature. What did he do?
He got a girl pregnant, and she gave us a STD.
Like
So
a permanent one or
no, no, I
okay.
got it.
Okay. Okay. All right. I want to get into your medical. We ain't getting into that. Okay. So did that now what happened after him? How has dating been? Like, have you had relationships long term, just
No,
casual?
I suck at relationships. I have
Okay.
more. My parents ruined me way more than I could ever get on the dating market. So I had like a bunch of like childhood issues I had to deal with. Um, I have more mommy issues than daddy issues. So one of the things that I do with dating, I've always had to like compete for like my mother's attention. So I'll always end up attempting to attach myself to a man that I have to like fight for his validation. So that's like dating for me.
Now your
Now
mom, what do you mean you had to fight for her attention?
she didn't like my mom. My mom is a modern woman, like, to the
And she was
core.
following Shirazad Ali?
In the beginning, when she was like with my dad, when she was under my dad wing,
Oh,
she
so your
did all that good stuff.
father was into that, but she
She claimed to be a little bit,
and
but
then
like while she was at home,
she
she did.
switched it up
She
once.
absolutely did. Like the one episode where Kevin was like the mom daughter episode, like that one really touched me. Like I just had to listen to that the other day because we just had a falling out. And like my parents argued because my mom wouldn't come home to spend time with us. And my dad would be like, you always in the streets. And she'd be like, so my happiness more important than them kids. So, that kind of took a toll on my
Has your
life.
mother ever been diagnosed with anything?
No, she refuses to go to therapy.
Because to me, it depends. I don't always want to claim narcissism, but it could be it could be a number of things, not even just the things I list, but borderline personality disorder. She could be
Mm-hmm.
bipolar, she can have histrionic, especially a woman who's married and she's running the streets.
Well, she never married my dad. They spent
Oh,
22
so they
years
weren't
together.
married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, she refused to. She kept saying no.
All right. All right. No, this is important to talk about because
Yeah.
mama can do no wrong. Mama's always right. And I actually cringe now when I see some of the Mother's Day stuff because everybody did not have a mother
Mm-hmm.
who did all this, and there's a lot of guilt, like I should just keep trying to appease mom, or there's a lot of guilt in taking care of your mother, listening to your mother, honoring your mother. There's no guilt ashamed about doing with your dad. You can just shite on your father and nobody blinks an eye. But mom is a revered queen
Mm-hmm.
regardless of her actions.
Absolutely. She is. It unfortunately, I don't believe in that. I refuse to join the sisterhood. I absolutely refuse to join a sisterhood, and I get cursed out often for telling women how much they suck.
I can see that. Now, let's get into, so you say you suck at relationships.
Yes. Okay, let me dive into that. I've never been with anyone more than 6 months,
Mhm.
ever. In my
Okay.
life, I've had two boyfriends, the one when I was 18, and I had another one when I was 26. We were 16 years apart. That didn't last. He didn't want to be married. I do. I want more children. That's the whole reason why I'm waiting. Like, I've been waiting for this husband this whole time to have more babies. So it's like, yeah, if you don't want to marry me, I can't really waste any more time here. And like now, I've been in therapy since 2018. And then in 2020 is when I finally was like, okay, I legit want to be married. I legit want to put the focus into this, because before I wanted to, but it was never coming. And then I started like branching off into like the echo chamber. I started getting more bitter friends. And I was like, oh, that's not my world. I gotta
Okay.
figure out what's going on with me.
So what, 2018, been in therapy that long? Guys, am I glitching? I feel like I'm just like freezing up. I don't know, y'all. It's always something with this computer. Um, but okay, so I'm going to rewind for a second, because being in therapy since 2018, and when you said you wanted to get married all this time, but then 2020, after therapy for 2 years, you were just like, okay, I need to. What changed? Because you wanted to be married then, but what changed in wanting to be married at in 2020
um,
specifically?
Surface based, I am very confident. Internally, I am really hard on myself. And a lot of that is because like my mother made told me my whole life everything was my fault. So it just was like the world is falling apart because of Jamaica. And I had
Mm,
to figure out how to, because every like I promise you a hurricane happened and I was like, that's my fault. I should have been doing life better. So I had to figure out how to stop blaming myself for everything.
mhm,
I
mhm.
wasn't ready for a relationship. Like I wasn't. Like I
Okay.
couldn't be what a man needed to be because I was in so much pain. So it just was like once I got like 2 years into it, I was like, like first coming in, my therapist was like, no, you don't need to date. You're not ready. I was like, this woman
Mm.
is crazy. She is
And then you
crazy.
realized it.
And then I realized it, like like I wasn't at all. And it just was, it was like certain mindsets I was attracting and I didn't like that. And you are what you attract. So I just was like, okay, I got to figure this
Mhm,
stuff out first.
mhm. Yeah, I agree. Like, talking to you now, let me ask you, I'm gonna backtrack because I forgot to ask you this. The
Okay.
type of man you're looking for, what's the age range?
I don't like men my age. I usually go like it's the age range now I'm doing is 32 to like 42.
Okay. How tall he need to be?
Tall. Honestly, I've dated men as short as 5'2". So height, it doesn't really bother me,
Are you
honestly.
sure it doesn't bother you, or
Yeah.
it doesn't bother you? Okay.
Yeah.
What about, do you have like a body type preference?
Now a little bit only because like I've tried like dating. I used to like bigger guys. Like I was small at first, Depo made me fat, and then I got back small. And when I was skinny, I liked bigger guys because I didn't like the bone clashing. I didn't like that. And then now that I'm in my fitness journey, I prefer men. That's on theirs.
That's on there. And so it doesn't need to be perfect, but a guy who's working out and
Yeah,
like you got like a lifestyle thing.
a lifestyle.
Right. So
Just
you got,
what you're intaking because I'm plant based. I eat a little bit of meat, but I eat more vegetables. So if you're gonna be like, oh, I want to eat takeout all the time, I wouldn't mesh into your life. You would hate me.
okay. Now, money.
Money, 60K minimum. That's it.
No, why 60K minimum? You know what the average salary is for men
Yeah,
in
but
the
I'm gonna tell
US?
you why. Because I listen to Kevin, and I consider myself an adjustable six, and I get 10K for every number I am on the SMV, which is 60,000.
But hold on, hold on. We got
Okay,
backtrack. You got a child.
I know. Hold on,
That
I gotta
knocks
pay
you
my bills.
down. That knocks you down.
Oh.
And I'm not saying it as like set in stone, because I got two children. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like this set in stone, but 60K minimum, I don't think that's outrageous. I don't think that's outrageous, guys. But and I don't think, but you say minimum.
Minimum.
Why is that a minimum when that is actually above average salary?
Why is it my minimum? Because I'm an adjustable six. That's the only answer I got. That's it. I'm a hypergamous. I don't make 60, so I would like them to make a little bit more than me.
You want him to make a little bit more than you,
Mm-hmm.
but you're basing it on like a scale saying that you're adjustable six,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to tell you right now, men don't care what you look like because they will knock you down. But wifing a woman is a
Mm-hmm.
whole different ballgame. Why do you think so many IG models aren't married?
Oh, trust me, I know. I can
They're
get back.
baddies. No, they're baddies. They're baddies.
Yeah.
They're adjustable six and above. But
Mm-hmm.
why are their relationships such trash?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
If they have the looks, if looks qualifies you for a man with more money, why aren't they all married to millionaires, billionaires? If
Well,
it's
I
just
mean,
looks, because you're basing it on
well, if
where
it,
you put yourself on the
I
scale, but
mean, that's not the only thing, but that's what I'm going off of, the S&V. But I mean, if I don't really know too many Instagram models, I know that those women aren't wife material, in my
why
opinion.
do you think? Why do you think they're not wife
Because
material?
me personally, I just think a wife would carry herself a certain way on her social platforms.
But they
So,
could actually say to you as a comeback, sis, well, I don't have any kids.
so
What does it matter? I can't myself. But that's the just because they will say you have
a child, yeah, I had a kid, yes.
right.
However,
So they will come back and say, well, I don't have a kid. So and they'll say, and I look better than you. You know how women are. And
mhm.
so they will take it with that. Do you think I want you to pinpoint and I want you to realize it. Why do you think these women are not getting wifed up? If looks qualified it and that was enough, have you ever looked at all the top millionaires and billionaires in the world and what their wives look like?
No.
You'd be surprised. They're not baddies for the most part.
Hmm.
What do you think men are with them for?
Primarily because of what they can bring to the relationship.
And what do you think most men want a woman to bring to a relationship? Bring to the table. A lot of women don't like that question. What do you bring to the table? I want to hear from you.
I know.
What do you think men want a woman to bring to the table? Number one.
Number one, peace. No one likes a nagging woman.
No, that's too easy.
That's
Everybody says is
too
be his
easy.
peace. Y'all don't even know how to be your own peace. You can't. We
I
don't
figured
even know how to be our
out
own peace. We can't be no man's peace. Stop the cat girl.
I
Stop. You're
figured
not
it
giving me
out.
the
Like I
talking
know the happy
points.
places. I know where to go. I know when I'm about to be triggered. I know when an emotional tirade is coming on and when people should leave me alone. I think primarily men are looking for someone. I don't want to say an assistant, but that's essentially like someone who can come in and fit into their life and assist with the things that they just. It's not a filler. Is that the best word? No.
No, they're not looking for a
That's not the
filler.
best word. No.
No, but I'm saying that's not what they're looking for.
Okay.
The issue is the world has told women looks are, the thing. 40's the new 20. Your age doesn't matter. You having children doesn't matter. It's just if you look good, you're getting sexual attention, but you don't have men who have intentions.
Yes.
And there's a line in the sand, and the reason why, they're minds. They aren't raised to be wives. They're very self-centered. Everything's about them. Everything is getting attention, getting likes, things being their way. I mean, there's the mindset is the number one thing men have an issue with today with women. Men will go down in looks to get a woman with a better mind who they wife. Not who somebody they sleep with or a girlfriend, but who is a wife.
Okay. I was
And
gonna say
so
sex.
So, and no, and I'm gonna just tell you now, I feel like you're on a path. You listen to Kevin Samuels, you're on a path, and you had a difficult upbringing with a mother who, you're still unpacking a lot of the wounds you have from her. And you learned about a woman from her.
Mm-hmm.
Mom wasn't there, things like, and those caused a lot of issues in you. And I think that's why you had a baby at 17. You're looking for love, attention, affection. And what happens is when we're deprived of proper attention as children, for women, the first actual attention a girl will get as she grows older is sexual from men. And it feels good because you've never had this type of attention put on you and in this way, even if it's fake attention, even if the guy is just, or it could be rebelling, it could be emotional outlet. There's so many levels to it. So, what I would say to you is, you having a child, you know what men say?
No, they don't be
This
wanting
is
me.
me. No, this is me too. So do not take offense when I say this. They say, you have a used womb.
Hmm.
Me too. I have a used womb.
I get it.
And so you have to, it's good you're listening to Kevin Samuels. I don't think your expectations are over the top, but I will tell you, a lot of men will say, how do you counter if men say all of this is too much of a red flag for them? They feel like your mind is not there. Well, how would you counter that? How would you tell a man that you are doing the work to transform? Because that's what a lot of men would want to see.
Um, that I'm trying. I think speaking to me, they typically see it. It is like,
No, no, no. What are you doing
what am I?
actively to transform your mind? Because where you came from to transition from that, and it's not impossible. It's not impossible,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to take actual work to get there so that you
Oh, you
being
said like, what
29, you're
work am I
almost,
doing?
you're getting past you've hit the hitting the
Oh yeah, I'm
wall,
at the
and
wall.
you have you have a child.
Mm-hmm.
And so unfortunately, you're going to have to bring a lot more to the table than what you're talking about right now.
Well, I mean, I'm doing a lot. It's not just the therapy. I'm someone who believes in working on myself all the time. Like every day, it's something new. I need to improve myself. I need to be improving my mindset. Like I've done the therapy. Like as of now, I've actually been like vetting out different dating coaches because I want to know if I'm still in a place where I'm attracting what I am, because I'm trying to figure out if I have this healing spirit or if I'm still in this hurt place and that's why I'm attracting the people that I'm attracting. Um, I just I'm reading books. I'm
One book I when I started this live chat before anyone
okay.
called in, a book I told people to that you need to listen to. I do audiobooks just so
Okay.
I can multitask. But an audiobook, you're gonna have to, the only way to win as a single mother, ladies, please listen. I don't care about the celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
We don't count that. That don't count, y'all. That's not us. Okay. To win as a single mother, your mind has to be so transformed in understanding men and what men's needs are that you outshine any other woman that is around him. So continue your healing, but you need to be strategic. And when a man asks you this, he wants to hear clear answers, not you say, you know what? I've been listening to this book. I've been doing therapy with this, and they need to see it demonstrated in the way you talk, attitudes, all these things. Because when you said because you're an adjustable six, I don't rank women. I can't tell y'all. I think you're beautiful, beautiful smile, no makeup on y'all, a very natural looking,
Oh, I never
beautiful
wear
woman. In
makeup. I
my
hate
opinion,
makeup.
in my opinion, I
Thank
think you
you.
look amazing. But what I would say is you are going to have to really work so that men see you as a very good option compared to what's out there, because you're asking them to overcome having a child. Now, if I'm sure are you open to men who have children?
Those are usually the men I try to date. Like,
Okay.
because I had a kid. Like, so in the beginning, for a long time, I wouldn't date men who didn't have children. But like in 21, when I was like really serious about dating, only men without children were like at me. They were like, "You are an excellent mom. You're a good woman. I want to do this with you." But again, that healing nature came in, and it was like, "Oh, you need therapy." And they
Wow.
were like, "Oh,
But
I
can I
refuse to
can I
listen to
tell
you."
you, you being this honest, talking about you needing therapy and stuff like that is, listen to Kevin Samuels. I feel like you are on that path. I feel like guys, it's not too late. It's never too late. TJ called and she went to high school and college with Kevin. She got married, I think, at 50 or 51. Kevin's mom got married in her 50s. A mindset change, and especially if your expectations aren't, I don't think you have these astronomical expectations in
Mhm.
terms of what you want out of life. But a book I want you to use, I want you to get listen to, and I think every single woman and men, you need to listen to this book. It's The Woman's Guide to How Men Think. It's by Sean T. Smith.
The Woman's Guide to How.
The Woman's Guide to How
Let
Men
me
Think.
grab a pen.
Okay. Everyone should listen to this book because I think it would be eye-opening for men to understand how they think and how it's perceived by women, and then women understand I took that so wrong. Like we are just biologically different in our minds, and even interactions and things that we don't understand or cause issues, we've got to start understanding each other. But you need to study what you want to be, and you need to become that. You are almost out of time.
I know. And I mean, in certain capacities, I get men because, like, when I got on the cock carousel, it wasn't because, like, it was because my parents were ignoring me, but it was primarily because I couldn't get guys to date me then. Like, everybody in high school was like, oh, I can't be your boyfriend unless we sleep with each other first. So I just did a switch, like, oh, well, I'm just gonna smash everybody and leave them alone before they can hurt me. So that's what switched me. And I've had more male friends than I had female friends. So, like, I can get in and understand that capacity. Like, I'm there. It's
I,
just
I gotta tell you, you using these terms, talking about riding the CC and all these other things. The honesty is respectable. The honesty, because guys, how many women are this honest and not in complete delusion about how it should be celebrated by men and
and I mean
everybody?
that's the one thing men appreciate about me, my transparency. They're like,
Your
I love that
transparency,
about
but
you.
guess what? Transparency is not going to be enough to get what you
No,
want.
it's not.
But you are going to have to become a student understanding men getting into these spaces. Do not take offense to what men say. That's one thing women are going to have to get over being offended. Try to chew the meat and spit out the bones, and you become a student of men and
Mhm.
understanding them and working with them, and even having your son. You have a son, right?
Yes, my son.
That is very important so you can understand your child
Hmm.
and you can turn it around. But I feel like you're on a path, and you are, I mean, anybody have any questions for me? Let me give you the book again. It's The Woman's Guide
Hmm.
to How Men Think by Sean T. Smith. Okay. He's done research with thousands of couples. He's a therapist, psychologist, whatever, like that. The book is excellent. And I was like, what? That's what men think? Like, why would he do that? That makes no sense. And then the book explains you have to understand fundamentally the mechanics of a man's mind. And a lot of women say, well, men should understand women. No. Says the way to beat out any other woman is you're going to have to do what I'm talking about. But
Hmm.
you know what? I you know, I think you are on the right path, and I think for the right man, you just being open, listening, and being honest like this is going to be attractive to a lot of men. I do think probably would do better with a man who's older. No, you should be with a
No,
man
I
who's
like
older.
older men. I prefer older men, honestly,
Okay,
only
hold on,
because
hold on. Somebody said a lot of men wanted you until you said you was on the CC.